In this podcast episode, Kelsi Sheren, a Canadian veteran and CEO of Brass and Unity, shares her remarkable journey from being a martial arts champion as a child to serving in the Canadian military and experiencing the harsh realities of war in Afghanistan. Sheren's early exposure to martial arts instilled discipline, drive, and self-reliance in her, shaping her identity and helping her navigate through bullying and challenges in her childhood. This foundation of resilience and determination would prove invaluable as she embarked on a career in the military. Sheren's decision to join the military was influenced by a chance encounter with a decorated Air Force officer on a bus, sparking her interest in serving her country. At the age of 18, she enlisted and quickly excelled in basic training, thriving in the competitive environment and camaraderie with her fellow recruits. Despite being one of the few women in her group, she proved herself through physical tests and adapted well to the rigorous demands of military training. After basic training, Sheren pursued a career in artillery, a field traditionally dominated by men. She underwent specialized training in Gagetown, where she learned to operate various weapon systems, including guns and mortars. Despite having no prior experience with firearms, she embraced the challenge and excelled in mastering the technical skills required for her role. Sheren's deployment to Afghanistan marked a significant turning point in her military career. Working alongside American forces, she faced intense combat situations and witnessed the harsh realities of war. The trauma of watching people die and experiencing betrayal from a senior officer left a lasting impact on her, leading to struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder and a sense of worthlessness. Despite the challenges she faced, Sheren credits her psychiatrist for providing support and guidance during her journey towards healing. Through therapy and self-reflection, she gained a deeper understanding of her past traumas and learned to embrace her worth and resilience. She acknowledges that her experiences, though difficult, have shaped her into the strong and self-assured person she is today. Sheren discusses the importance of having equivalent standards for men and women in the military, especially in combat roles. She emphasizes that in dangerous situations, everyone needs to be able to perform the same tasks, regardless of gender. She believes that lowering standards for women puts everyone at risk and makes the military less effective. She also touches on the issue of sexual assault in the military, stating that it has always been present but not always reported. Sheren criticizes the lack of accountability for perpetrators of sexual assault, citing a specific case of a major who was charged with 7 assaults but still received a pension and was not arrested. She highlights the need for stronger consequences for those who commit such crimes. Sheren expresses concern about the changing culture in the Canadian military, noting that standards have been lowered and discipline has declined. She mentions seeing disheveled appearances and non-traditional grooming choices among military personnel, which she believes reflects a lack of respect for the military's traditions and values. Sheren criticizes the implementation of diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives in the military, such as placing tampons in bathrooms and allowing men in women's spaces. She argues that these changes are detrimental to the military's effectiveness and morale, as they distract from the core mission and create unnecessary tensions. Sheren's role as a gunner changed when she was asked to join a British unit for a special operation. She was tasked with searching for weapons, money, and any indications of Taliban affiliation in houses. She recalls the discomfort of searching women and children, especially now that she is a mother herself. Despite the challenging nature of her job, she felt respected by the British soldiers she worked with and appreciated the camaraderie within the unit. She highlights the importance of having women in these roles to prevent adversaries from exploiting cultural norms to conceal weapons or threats. She acknowledges the risks involved in serving in combat zones, but emphasizes the necessity of women's presence in such environments. During one particular operation, tragedy struck when a fellow soldier was killed by an improvised explosive device. Sheren vividly describes the chaos and horror of the moment, as well as the dissociation she felt in the aftermath. This event marked a turning point for her, leading to what she refers to as a moral injury that affected her for years to come. Following the explosion, the situation escalated with mortars being fired and small arms fire from the Taliban. The unit called in Pedro flights to evacuate the injured and deceased. The scene was chaotic, with Sheren and her comrades facing intense danger from enemy attacks. Despite the harrowing circumstances, she remained focused on her duties and worked alongside her team to collect evidence and secure the area. After returning from deployment, Kelsey struggled with post-traumatic stress disorder and an undiagnosed traumatic brain injury, TBI. She received various forms of treatment, including medication, therapy, and exposure therapy, but found little relief. It wasn't until she was introduced to cannabis by her doctor that she began to experience improvements in her sleep and overall well-being. In 2016, Kelsey started a jewelry business called Brass and Unity, where she made bullet jewelry out of spent casings. The business gained popularity and was featured in magazines and worn by celebrities. However, in 2019, Kelsey faced a setback when her business was impacted by a sudden change in the market. In 2020, Kelsey participated in a psychedelic therapy retreat where she underwent a transformative experience. She learned to let go of her beliefs about God and found a sense of peace and acceptance. This experience marked a turning point in her healing journey, and she decided to stop taking pharmaceutical drugs for her mental health. In 2022, Kelsey sought treatment at the Resiliency Brain Health Center in Dallas, Texas, where she was diagnosed with a TBI, dysautonomia, and postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Through intensive treatment, she was able to address her underlying health issues and improve her overall well-being. She also incorporated microdosing psychedelics into her wellness routine to help manage her symptoms. Kelsey's journey of healing and self-discovery led her to become a psychedelic integration coach and author. She now helps other veterans navigate their mental health challenges and find healing through alternative therapies. She emphasizes the importance of community support and self-care in maintaining mental wellness.